Hello, here we are with an unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy Mega, and Mega this device is. This is a big box for a smartphone. Here is the official retail packaging. This is a UK spec model, and you can see how the packaging is consistent with other Samsung Galaxy devices that we've seen of late. So 8GB of internal storage, of which you won't get quite all of that because the OS has been installed on the device. This has got LTE or 4G with the following bands supported: HSPA+, GSM, GPRS naturally, 6.3-inch HD super clear LCD. You've got dual core processor, 1.7 GHz, an 8 megapixel rear facing camera and a 1.9 megapixel front facing, GPS, NFC, a 3200 mAh battery, and you're going to need it with that screen, micro USB, Android, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and this is known as the GTI 9205. So the one we've got here is actually in white, but it comes in black. Like other Samsung Galaxy models. We'll come back to that in a moment, but you can see how big that is. It's taking up our usual sort of recording setup. You know, it's filling the screen where normally the device sits quite nice in the middle. Now, box contents, quite interestingly, they provide you with a micro SD to SD adapter and a micro SD card, which I believe is 2 gig in capacity. What's particularly interesting about this is the fact that the device actually comes with a micro SD card slot. Oh, it's a 4 gig card there, which is quite nice, but I don't know why they've provided the adapter. I'm wondering whether this addition is to do with the fact that so much of the internal memory gets used. But hey, nice addition nonetheless. The rest of the packaging is fairly sort of standard. We've got a quick start guide and warranty card. We've got a 3-pin UK mains adapter here, so we've got the pop-up 3rd pin. We've got the additional 2 pins that pop in like so. We've got a USB port on the top, into which we'll connect the provided USB cable, and that will charge it. Let's just check a look at the ampage here. So you can actually see there that this has 2 amps of charge, which is the new faster charge. We've then got the provided USB cable, so full USB at one end, micro USB at the other. Connect this in the device to actually charge it from a computer or from the mains power. We've got a set of in-ear headphones. We've got volume controls and that on there. 3.5mm with a gold jack there, look quite nice. We've got a set of replacement earbuds, and then lastly we've got the whopping great battery that you need for a device of this size. There we go. 3200 mAh. It's almost as big as a Samsung Galaxy S4 Mini. So let's bring the device back in. Okay, so here is the Mega, and as I said, it's a really big device. It's an oversized Samsung Galaxy S4. It's got the same sort of design, just massive. So here is the 6.3-inch display, which has a resolution of 720 by 1280. It's an HD TFT screen. We've got an earpiece up here. We've got the Samsung logo built into the front piece of glass. We've got a couple of sensors, and we've got the 1.9 megapixel front-facing camera. You can see how reflective this screen is in the bright light here. The only physical button we've got is the home key in the middle that's got the sort of silver bezeling around it. Then we've got a menu and back key here that are capacitive that work when the device is powered on. So let's just flip it over, and then here we've got the back cover. So this is the white model. There is also the black color available. On the back here we've got the 8 megapixel rear facing camera with LED flash. Got the Samsung logo that's sort of embossed there. There's a slight texture as you run your finger over it. We've got the loudspeaker down here at the bottom. Let's just pop off the back cover. That's still quite plasticky and bendy, but it's not going to break. And then here is the battery compartment, and you've got a micro SD and SIM card slot, and it's a rather odd arrangement considering how much real estate they've got on this device. So the SIM card, or the micro SIM, goes under there, and the micro SD card goes on the top. Hopefully you can see that little arrangement there. And we pop the battery in here like so, and then we can pop the back cover on. So just do that, all clips into place. And let's start this off by powering it up, and then we'll show you around the side of the device. So we've got a bit of plastic still attached here, but you can see we've got this silver banding that runs around the edge of the device, and the design is consistent with the other Galaxy models at the moment. On the bottom we've got the micro USB charging port, we've got a microphone just there as well. Coming around to the other side, we've then got the volume up and down rocker keys, and then on the top we've got the 3.5mm headphone jack, we've got a microphone and the infrared blaster there as well. So here we are at the home screen. Vast, you can get so much on this screen. This is just popping out at me. It screams movies and web browsing. First nice feature is it orientates in landscape mode. So many devices with Android, unless you use a different launcher, you can't actually turn the screen in landscape mode, but they've built this into the Mega, so that's really nice. Just turn it, no additional software needed. Lovely feature. Now let's actually use it in landscape mode, because it's going to probably work better for the demonstration. So we'll start with the settings, shall we? Let's go through right down here to about the device, and you can see it's Galaxy Mega GTI 9205, Android 4.2.2. Let's take a look at the storage. So there's 8 gig out the box, of which 4.52 is actually available to you to actually use, so better than on the Galaxy S4. You've got all the usual sort of settings here. You can add all different types of account, from a Samsung account to Dropbox. You get the idea, you've seen it all before. You've got all of the sort of settings that we've seen on the likes of the Samsung Galaxy devices, with blocking mode. You control the LED indicator, the home screen, language input, motions and gestures. You've got the air view, where you hover your finger across the screen. You've got voice control, loads of different options here that you've got for configuration and personalization. Under connections, you've got your Wi-Fi naturally, your Bluetooth. You can see your data usage. You can use this as a portable hotspot with tethering and portable hotspot there, so you can share the device's internet connection. NFC, S-Beam, DLNA. You've got screen mirroring, so this is picking up my dongle from downstairs connected to my lounge television, so you can actually share the whole screen content of the Galaxy Mega without wires, and you can control it all from the palm of your hand, and it'll all appear back immediately on the HD display. Coming back to the home screen, let's start with the camera then. So it's an 8 megapixel rear facing camera. When you're in the application, you've got a dedicated camera button and a video record button straight here. You've got a lot of the features that have come from the Galaxy S4 in the camera, so you can set the different shooting modes to get the best one for you. So heavily advertises a sound and shot, where you take a picture and get a few seconds of audio to go with it. You've got HDR, panorama, sports, lots of options there. You've also got this little pop-up menu for a few effects straight out of the camera, nice and easy to access. Shortcut to the camera there, to the camera gallery, and that will also bring in galleries from the likes of Facebook that you may have connected. Let's just pop into the settings here, and you've got lots of control over the timers, the flash. You can control the photo size, so this goes up to a resolution of 8 megapixel. You've got things like face detection, anti-shake. Just want to pop to the video here and show you that it records in 1080p on the rear facing camera. You can control settings such as the volume key, so you can use the volume key to actually zoom. So here's the volume key just here. Now there's no dedicated camera button, so you can actually set the volume key to be the dedicated camera button if you choose, which is a nice little feature. Now if we just come out of the I meant to come out of the settings there. If I switch to the front facing camera, one of the things I just want to show you that people overlook is when you go into the settings, because the camera's smaller, naturally the images are smaller in size, so it's only 1.9 megapixels is the maximum resolution, but the camera video recording capability changes, so it's only down to 720p resolution as opposed to 1080p on the rear camera, and some of the options that you have in terms of anti-shake, etc., is limited, but still you've got lots of useful features there. The camera is very powerful on the Galaxy Mega. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the options that you've got within the applications, etc., but you've got your standard sort of home screen configuration where you can pinch and zoom, and you can add additional home screens, configure which one is your home screen. It's entirely up to you. You can remove them just as easily again, like so. So let's go home. You've got the phone dialer, massive on screen here. This is a phone, and it really is under that sort of phablet name that's coming about. It's sort of half phone, half tablet. All syncs up to your Google contacts, etc. So you can have all of this connected up. You can of course do video calling as well. Messaging, it's a fairly straightforward affair. Similar to many devices, use it in portrait and landscape mode, and there's going to be no errors here. Massive on-screen keyboard for you to actually type on. You've got the web browser. I'm not going to show you how web browsing works, fairly straightforward. You can double tap and pinch and zoom. In terms of applications, again, you've got a full suite of applications installed out of the box. So you've got all of the Google apps such as Chrome, Gmail, Google+, Google Search, Local Maps, Navigation. But Samsung included things like Calculator, Clock. You've got their group play facility when you connect up to other devices and share music and media. You've got a file browser here. You can then flick through to things like you've got your Play Store where you can download all your official Android apps. You've got S-Memo, you've got the S-Translator software, Samsung Link for connecting up to other equipment. You've got the Story Album, which is kind of like a photo book that's created on the device using images that you've collected on certain days or at certain events that the device intelligently picks up, or you can configure albums yourself. YouTube, and then you've got Watch On, which is Samsung's remote control service, so you can configure this device to work as remote control using the IR blaster on the top here for your audio visual equipment. And of course this, because of the size of it, is going to become an audio visual equipment piece, I would imagine, in itself. Massive, great big screen, but ideal for watching video back on this device. Lots of customization options, including, you know, your widgets. It's all fairly self-explanatory if you've seen an Android device before. So that's a quick look at the Samsung Galaxy Mega.